I'm going to attempt to explain one of the bigger problems I see with beginner handstand coaches and self-governing practitioners using bricks. Why? Because bricks build character. So as you can see here, we have a y-axis as well as a x-axis. The y-axis represents skill acquisition, while the x-axis represents relevant conditioning for that current level. Or another way we could look at it, dopamine and serotonin. The mistake that they're guilty of is that they forever focus just on the y-axis. They look at just developing skill after skill after skill without focusing on the integrity that goes in towards the skill. Now this is done from a place of love for the game and really wanting to see someone develop. But it is irresponsible and short-term lived because there is only so high that you can stack the tower until it becomes too fragile to stack any higher. And this is due to it not having enough substance underneath it to hold the tower correctly. So then how should our handstand tower look? Well, it shouldn't look like this. Now this lesser common issue stems from most people that came up through the performing arts or gymnastics, and comes from the attitude of this is how I was taught, so this is how I should be teaching. What this neglects is the average person learning to handstand these days has no interest in the performing arts. And by teaching this way, you are robbing them of the enjoyment and experience that they can be getting from hand balancing by purely focusing on the conditioning, because the base really doesn't need to be this excessive if you're not going on stage or competing. So when someone starts working with me, what I'm really looking to make sure that I do is that the base, the x-axis, can support how high the skill acquisition axis is going to be stacked. So a very reliable, strong and healthy handstand tower might look something like this, or something like this. So the bigger the base, the higher the tower can be stacked. But keep in mind that the base only needs to be big enough to support the tower's height.